just now I started to stream outside my house connected to the Wi-Fi, and then of course lost the signal. So we're going on mobile data now. So hello again, flat Earth researchers, debaters, and debunkers. Here's a scene for you that you often see. This guy is a regular at this particular skip. You see, we have to bring our rubbish up to this skip. We don't, in this particular neighborhood, we don't have a rubbish collection. So except for they come to collect this skip. So we have to bring our rubbish up here. I often come up in the truck with the bin liner full of stuff. But this is how recycling works here. You see, he comes along, and obviously if you've got stuff that can be recycled, you just leave it to the side. Cardboard, bottles, tins, beer cans, whatever, plastic. And hello, someone's come in. I can't see the chat very well, I'm afraid. It's very, very bright, as you can see, very hot. But yeah. So this guy will pick up the stuff and then he'll take it to a recycling place, of which there are many. And they'll just basically just weigh it, whatever he's picked up, and pay him per kilo for cardboard, plastic, glass. Metal is obviously a good one. And yeah, all that stuff eventually gets packed into lorries. Flat packed and what do you call it, compressed and stuff, and put into lorries that are sent up to Bangkok or the outskirts, and recycled basically. So there's obviously there's money in where there's muck there's brass, as they say. But it's obviously worth those people to pay out for the stuff that's collected. Now, okay, hang on. Let me just finalize where I'm going, and then I can go on autopilot while Okay, I'm going off to the elephant nursery. Got a meeting there today. It's quite funny. There's not many tourists in Phuket, but there's a huge number of. Well, I think they're Russian speaking. I don't know where they're actually from, but last night I was at this kind of weekend market. And it's been for a couple of weeks now, interestingly, since the whole kind of crisis, which is what we're going to talk about at the moment. We've suddenly got this influx of people from that region. Now, I'm not an expert on Russian languages, but you can kind of tell. And there are a lot of Russian tourists here anyway, so I don't know if they're Russian, Ukrainian, or whatever. But yeah, maybe they're just kind of, and there's a fair share of wealthy ones. Now, regarding this, we all know, if you're switched on, you know just how, is insidious the right word to use? I'm not sure, but it feels right. The propaganda is, the mind control, the brainwashing, the conditioning, the indoctrination that we receive, and of course the flat Earth realization is with that comes the realization that we believed a bunch of explanations, we believed a bunch of stuff that was just repeated and repeated and repeated. And it's funny because you still get the same argument, thousands of scientists, da 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 da. But okay, so let me just get into the story. My daughter told me this because she was helping organize a multicultural day at this international learning institution where the teachers are on massive salaries, so that because and the students pay. It basically costs you about the price of a car per term to go to this place, yeah. And of course, so it's their whole thing is on what's the word? Well, I suppose maybe diversity, but also all being what's the word? Inclusiveness. And all that jazz, trying to respect each other, etc., etc. Sorry, I often say that wrong. And what you had at this multicultural day, so you've got a lot of students from all over the world, including Russians and including Ukrainians. Now, just like all these snowflakes if there's a bandwagon going past, they'll jump on it. So this multicultural day, any other multicultural day, any other time of the year would have been just that. But they had to start it off with some nonsense about basically, the Western narrative of supporting Ukraine. And basically what happened, so in this event, this multicultural thing, then of course the school kids come on to the stage with their flag and in their national dress and just put on a little bit of a display. And so, the tone was already set. This blue and yellow thing, I suppose. And then when there was about 3 Ukrainian kids apparently, and they came on, and big cheers and rounds of applause and stuff like that, and all this, all this virtue signaling, basically. It's just an example of the irony, considering that you've got students from all over the place, all different countries anyway. You've got a whole bunch of Russians as well. How are they supposed to feel on this day celebrating cultural diversity when the people in charge are siding with a particular nation to allegedly show solidarity because they've been told some cockamamie story by the mainstream media and politicians with vested interests? This is the thing, these are educators, these are people that should be aware, acutely aware of the kind of things that they're getting their charges to think about or become involved in. And really, that's the thing, isn't it? School is supposed to be, it is either way, it's an indoctrination camp, because what any school in any country is supposed to do is simply help formulate a sense of national identity in the individual. So you go to school in order to learn the country's language, to read and write your country's language, to pay respects to the flag, to learn about your country's history, the royal families and things like that. And you have to prove that you've retained that knowledge at the end of it. In that sense, it is a cultural thing. But then, when you and of course, you go back to Band-Aid and things like that, the Bob Geldof thing, and it was all, just look at how much money was raised, how much, starving kids in Africa kind of thing, and lots of pictures to make you feel sorry for them. And that's exactly what we're getting now. I mean, this is the thing, we're seeing the propaganda is insane, and when you're awake to it, oh my God, it just makes you want to puke, doesn't it? But I suppose, and for us, it's difficult to remember what it's like to be so wrapped up in all that stuff. But we're seeing exactly the same rhetoric that was played out before Britain and America and all the other cronies invaded the sovereign nation of Iraq. Yeah, and of course we're given all these stories. It's built up. We've got these orators in government telling you these stories. Even when you have millions of people protesting on the street, doesn't make a blind bit of difference, as long as they can make a good speech on TV, do a Winston Churchill, So they're banging the war drum, and they're getting they're mentioning chemical weapons, mentioning that, and they're building up to the same old thing. an invasion. And we know that these are bankers' wars. We know that these are not wars of restoring or defending democracy. What you're doing is defending you know the word I'm trying to say, corporate greed, basically. And even something simple like understanding that the government's job, the job of ministers in government, is they are just like any other business. Their job is to make money for the treasury, and they will make that money by hook or by crook. Literally, by they'll do it to other countries, and they'll do it to their own people. So of course, we see the same indoctrination with the globe. It's just so everyone's going same old explanations. Oh, it's been proved, this, that, and the other. I've got an explanation. I've got a drawing in a book, and all they want is they demand explanations. But the same thing is with the teachers. Yeah, there's no scientist, no teacher that's ever measured any curvature or demonstrated water not falling down curves. No one's ever done this. Yeah, but they'll tell you repeatedly all these stories about what the earth is, where we are, who we are, how we evolved, with so much certainty, because it's just been repeated over and over again, passed off as, explanations are passed off as scientific fact. And you can't, it's so difficult to get people to even try to discern. And in the age of information, it's funny, tell someone to go and do their research, and 5 minutes later they come back. I did a search on Google and I found this. You're debunked. It's like, that's not research. That's again just appealing. So even when you can, with a little bit of effort, find out something, like for example, talk about aviation, and you find out that aviation is done above a level Earth, and no pilot ever does anything related to being above a spherical Earth. All the physics, all the practical, demonstrable engineering, all of that, all relies on the Earth being a level stationary plane. Everything, every single thing we do and see on Earth tells us that we ain't on a spinning globe. But almost every single person that has been through the Western education system believes it, along with all the other stuff. And of course, then, just because you can make predictions, another thing, this, why do I have to keep saying this stuff? None of these guys ever listen. They do not have the capability to reevaluate what they believe. They just don't. And that's the difference between them and us, if you like, because every single one of you that realized the globe lie, and of course all the other lies and all the other assumptions that we've grown up to believe in, you challenge yourself. It's not easy. We buy fresh vegetables and stuff from the market. We make our own food. Well, I must admit, it's my wife that mostly does that, and she's, she works extremely hard just to do those things to keep, to the kids fed and Yeah, but life's become so convenient. Are these guys just, I think they're all right, just fixing a tire? Okay. Life's become so convenient. Getting information is so convenient that it makes people lazy and intellectually lazy. Yeah. But we've all been shocked. I'm sure we've all been kind of surprised at just how easily everyone adopted the official narrative. And people have gone now from putting the rainbow NHS stickers in their windows to putting Ukrainian flags in their windows. And it just sickens me to see such sheepness. You know? Yeah, but I understand it's difficult. It's difficult because, you know, people within certain positions, whether you're an educator or a man or woman or a paramedic or whatever, most people are nice and most people have other people's interests at heart. And so it's very difficult to think that you know, the government doesn't have your interests at heart. But of course, this is a thing, you know, and I think what you might notice about a lot of, you think about the trolls that come along, the globe trolls that come along and they're nasty to you, you know. Just recently I've had some, I should be arrested for child abuse because I'm telling my kid about both models. I'm talking about the heliocentric model and a flat earth model and helping him, you know. And so apparently I'm abusing my kid. But it's the other way around. I'm giving him the option to make up his own mind. But all these people come along with their own opinions based on their own indoctrination. And they don't even know. They have no idea, really. I try to be compassionate. I don't, but it's pointless. It doesn't matter how you respond to these guys. You can respond with sarcasm. You can respond with the same kind of rhetoric that they've given you. So what I'm trying to say is, a lot of these people, you know, the way they say very mean stuff. That just shows that they are indoctrinated into this cult, the globe cult, the globalist cult. And educators are the same. They put themselves on a pedestal, you know, and they believe that they've got some kind of authority, I suppose, because they've been taught to believe that. Anyway, now you see, One thing, for example, I was reminded of the other day, which I saw when I was first here and I first started working at schools. I was working at a bilingual school. This is 30, getting on 25 years ago, let's say. But nothing's really changed as far as education goes, or the education system. And so I was teaching at this school, so it's a Thai school, very, very Thai. And they just were employing, English teachers to teach English to the kids. So that was my job. But I was shocked to see kids having to, there's the teacher sat at a desk, and the kids had to basically crawl up to the teacher on their knees. So they bring their work to the desk and they are literally on their knees at the desk. And this is, well, of course, it's that subservience. It's showing that subservience. There's a thing in the Thai culture about the height of one's head. You basically, that's why there's a lot of bowing and stuff, because you don't place your, it's the height is a kind of indicator of elevated status as well. So, yeah. So I was shocked, and of course, coming from a Western place where the education is you're at least taught to be, well, you're still taught to be respectful, but you're taught that you can ask questions and things like that. Whereas, it's very different here. So this is why, for example, here, the jabbing, the masking, there has been little or no resistance to that, not like in the West. Because it's just, everyone just kind of goes along with it, and it's, that is part of the culture that's been indoctrinated into them. It makes it very nice in some ways, because there isn't so much conflict. And it's nice when people pay respect to each other. I remember kind of going to when I went to go and get my passport in the UK, and was talking to the security man on the door, and because there's a word in Thai, cup, which you say at the end of most sentences if you're being polite, which is basically, would translate if I'm talking sir or madam. So I addressed this security guy at the passport place as sir. And he said, "Oh, yes, sir." And he's like, wow, he was like blown away to be treated with respect. He loved it, and it was nice, so that's very nice. It's very conducive to keeping things sweet and congenial, isn't it? If everyone makes the effort to just, even if you've got an opinion, even if you see someone doing something that you disagree with, don't necessarily jump in and start haranguing them with your opinion, because there is this, again, the part of the Buddhist culture is to try and recognize that whatever you think or feel is your doing. You kind of have a choice, or at least you have the choice to recognize that and try to understand that you might suddenly get angry because of your belief, not because that person's done anything wrong. It's just, I suppose what I'm highlighting here is that if you're a so-called fat earther or a truther, you have detached and are living a life and have a mindset that is so vastly different and contrary to your average your average person, I suppose, that just goes along with your, or is swayed, doesn't even see the divisive tactics going on in but it's funny, isn't it? It's just as things were, all of this big distraction from the fact. But you know what? The thing is, so the FISA documents have come out, and we see they didn't need to for anyone to know what's really going on there, but it doesn't matter. Even if that makes the mainstream news, it won't change most people's minds. Those who have set their minds in a certain way. It's so a lot of the time, you're never going to change. What part of this journey is accepting that all of these things happen on the earth, and for different people for different reasons, and some people will just continue to live their lives in a way that avoids any real truth seeking. If you're a truth seeker, you'll have been doing it all your life. You'll have been asking questions all your life, and you'll have been noticing things all your life. And and you'll have been frustrated at the way people just go along with stuff without questioning a lot of the time, without needing any proof, without wanting any proof, because they'd rather have an explanation, they'd rather have a story. Now, another thing, as far as like my kids, okay, haven't been to school for about 2 years now because of this complete nonsense, this absolute paranoia. As I said here, no one's really protesting this, so it takes so much longer for people to come to their senses. Now, where do I start? But so they've been trying to give them online lessons and stuff, and the kids have just fallen so far behind. But now, the other day, there was a little bit of an online meeting, and they want the kids to go for a test, like do a kind of test to see how much they've not learned over the past 2 years by not going to school. But they're saying, right, you have to come, the kids have to do this. We're talking, 10, 11, 12-year-old kids, yeah? So they're saying, right, the kids have to do a PCR test and, stick it up the nose the day beforehand. And show the result. If they get a positive result, they have to let them know so they can inform the health department, and they have to come double. They actually said the kids have to come in double masked. Oh, there's a beautiful kingfisher there. I don't know if you look beautiful blue kingfisher, but makes me want to. Mask, distance, no playtime, sit at your desk. It's just, it's insane. It's insane. Right, we're coming into the elephant place. Whoa, very wobbly. Got very hard tires at the moment. This truck I just got this truck fixed. It's been off the road for a while, all sorts of things, but finally got the aircon back as well. I was driving around with no aircon for a while, but so finally, cost me about 20 grand. Oh, hello elephants, can you see them? Hang on, let's just stop so you can see them. Hello. See them there? We're going to say hi in a minute. I didn't bring any food for them or anything. So I'm going to go park up. This bridge is a bit dodgy. Big sheer drop on the other side. So here we are at the Phuket Elephant Nursery. Check out PhuketElephantHome.org, PhuketElephantHome.org if you wanna. I shall pull in over here, and that will give you a view of the Effalump. Kind of. Hang on, let me just. I can't really see it. See it beyond the trees. Yeah, so let's just. Okay, ให้จอดตรงไหนได้ Okay. All right. So I got to move my car. Oh. Got to park somewhere else. Hang on. Huh? เอาตรงนี้ได้อะโอเคจอดรถ is park, and car, รถ จอดรถ Okay, there's your Thai lesson for the day. จอดรถ park car. All right. There he is. So let's just have a quick Quick look at you all. Hang on a minute. Sorry, let's just turn this around. Yeah, we're doing. Right, I've got a meeting to get to, but let's just quickly catch up with the chat. Hi, Imrem. No, it's not Imrem. Oh, sorry, I'm just going back through the chat. Good evening. Oh, gosh, I can't see these glasses. Now I don't want to rotate the device. Okay, hang on. No, don't rotate. Right, I'll just wipe my glasses. So who have we got here? James, is that Jane Palmer? Good evening. Jason Wallace, hello. Una Hammer. In an insane world, the sane appears insane. Yeah, absolutely. Effed Up World, hello. Thank yous. Oh, nice to see you doing lots of videos these days, Effed Up World. What was the word there? Corporocracy. Being a newspaper editor, I should have, but that's the thing. I was never able to be really controversial. Theatre of War Part 3, absolutely. Whoever said that. I can't see the names very. Hello, Rich. It's also an inverted reduction exercise. Need shiny new planes, trains, and machine guns. Yeah, true. Yeah, it's a lot of invoices, a lot of business, just business. It's all just business. Dudes in sandals, that must be thousands of years ago, must be true. Rick, a plane takes off level and lands level. Okay. Absolutely. Yep, nothing changes. Sun worshippers. Oh, fantastic. We're all on the same page here. We know the score, don't we? Yeah. Loud and clear. Okay. Hello. Who's that? Awakening and Aware. Nice one. Hello. Okay. A lot of things. What's that? Smith. A lot of things broke my heart, but fixed my. Oh, that's yes, very true. That's kind of it, isn't it? You know, that is part of the thing. You know, the heartbreak, the trauma, the suffering, all this suffering, because we suffer from our thoughts, and this is it. Everything we do in our lives is all based on concept and thoughts, and that's where the suffering comes from. As soon as you live in the now and you abandon thought, then there's no more suffering. It's incredible, really. But it's easy to say, but you can't know this until you experience it. Oh, okay. Someone asking me what phase of the moon. Yeah, I got basically I've been Simon Dan has done a hatchet job on me, and it's excellent, really, because it shows just how fucking stupid these guys are and how they just do not have the ability to yeah, I mean, it's great. He's actually given me a wonderful example of the idiocy. So it'd be good to highlight that. It'd be interesting, but of course, got the usual trolls. Yeah, I mean, you know, basically this idea that for some reason, for some weird reason, there's this claim that the moon should look different for everyone on flat Earth. Like the phases of the moon would be different, and it's like, where'd you get that from? That's just like, it's just insane. Nothing changes. So I'm going to have to go through your chats later because I've got to get to this meeting. So I really appreciate you coming along. But yeah, I'm kind of pushing it now. Let's just give you a quick view out here. Oh, hang on, trying to turn the camera around. Just a sec. There you go. I won't disturb them now because it's not right time. There you go. Having some fodder. All right. So anyway, all right then, guys. I'm gonna love you and leave you now, and let's catch up soon. Okay. Thanks very much for coming along. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. And oh, please, if you don't mind, please check out PhuketWord.net. PhuketWord.net. I'm kind of expanding. I'm putting other stories on there that I'm not putting on YouTube. So this is my own platform that I don't have to self-censor myself like I do on this one. So please go and check out PhuketWord.net. You should be able to subscribe and then get email updates. And because I write, you know, and that's my thing. That's what I do. So you'll see a lot more coherent kind of rhetoric on there as time goes by. It's very embryonic at the moment. I used to have the website phuketword.com. Had it for years, very successful, but just lost it because I didn't renew it. If I wanted to buy it back, it would cost me a few $1,000s. So I just started up phuketword.net instead. So yeah. Anyway, would be grateful if you could just go and check it out, subscribe. That's all you have to do, and then after that, you'll just get notifications of any new posts, and there will be flat earth stuff on there and other things that I won't be talking about on YouTube. And I must thank my the Phuket Word patrons for that as well, because they've helped just, you know, support me, to give me the time and a little bit of extra resources to be able to do that. Just have a look at these. Have a look at these big ants. See how big these ants are? Big red ants there. Can you see them? All right. Edible. All right. Take care. See you soon. Yeah.